That's all right.
I've been
man.
watching
You
white
good?
folks' kids. I saw this video on Instagram. It was this little girl. She could have been in like high school, maybe 13, 14 years old, something like that.
All right.
And her teacher was getting on. They really didn't have the audio. And she goes up to the teacher. The teacher's a black lady, and not just anybody. Like, she looked like Mother Mary on the motherboard at church. Like, she was old school black woman now.
She looked like the first deaconess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
like the first lady of the church. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And no shade, she was a beautiful woman. She was just an older woman. Just like she was old school. Now, we ain't trying to clown her. But the kid comes up and she hits her. Right?
Yes.
Then she grabs the phone and calls her mom, like, how dare this black woman tell me what to do?
Right. And you can tell the kid had some punkish in her because she hit her arm.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you was close enough. Like, if you really wanted to make a statement, you could have slapped her, you know what I'm saying? But you hit her arm like a kid is playing with your Legos. You know? Like, give my Legos back. You know what I'm saying? And then she hung up the phone for whoever the lady was talking to. So that's what started it.
Called her mom and then put her hand over the receiver like back in the day, the hang up part.
Yes.
She put her hand over that like you better not, like, to protect it. I was like
yes.
Number one, we're failing our kids. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Because in 1994.
Yes.
In 1994.
Talk about it.
I would have got clotheslined by the teacher, stopped out by one of them resource officers. They would have called my mom. My mom would have came in off the top rope with the Macho Man elbow. And if my daddy was out of jail, he would have super kicked me in the nose.
Super kick.
In front of the class.
In front of the class. Well, I got your ass on one.
Oh, man. So can I get an amen?
Amen.
Wow.
You got your ass beat in school.
Yo, remember the dude that got in, like, and there was always a kid that we could pick on for getting his ass beat in the school.
Yes, man. We got, and because you knew everybody was going to be up at that desk, except for the one girl that the teacher would not whoop. Yeah. Everybody went up to me. I met Miss Ebron. I remember Miss Ebron. You went to Hillside. You know, back in the day, we had a lady at Fairmont Street named Miss Ebron. Miss Ebron would take them hands like that and bend it back. You ever seen that? You take your hand, bend it back like this, and had a paddle in the drawer. You know, at Q's, and shout out to all the fraternities and all that. Y'all don't know what hazing is.
It ain't nothing to pledge
by your third grade teacher.
It ain't nothing to pledge Q, Kappa, Sigma.
Y'all ain't never been beat. You know
we done took the wood. We took the wood, and we didn't even want to.
Grade.
We weren't even trying to get it, and we was taking it.
That's
man,
right.
Yo, I remember, man, we had Mr. Kozar. Now, my mom signed for that the only person that could beat me in the school was Mr. Kozar. Okay, he was a black man. Yeah. So basically. All right, so your generation, right, was right before my generation.
Yeah, nobody signed nothing.
I guess y'all niggas got abused or something.
Yeah. We was getting it from people who knew your. I went to school with your mama. Come here.
Yeah. So and my teachers were like that. So my teachers taught my mama. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So my mom went to an integrated. My mom was the first kid to be integrated in her county. Like, she was in the 4th grade. They started integration. All right.
Okay.
So my mom knew this school. So my mom said, I don't want none of these pumpkin pirates hitting my baby. I don't want none of these walking recessive genes putting their hands on my baby. So she wrote, so like that forward, she wrote on that, the only person allowed to spank my kids is Mr. Kozar.
Mr. Kozar.
Anybody else touch my kids, I'm going to touch them.
My, how far we've come.
Yeah.
You write a letter that says,
you can
this
whoop
is
my
the
kid
person
that can beat my
this
kids.
Is the stranger that gets to beat my kids.
He want a stranger.
You know what I'm saying?
See,
I'm just saying. Like,
she knew.
Yeah, right. You ain't a family member.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, the only person outside on that premise. Anybody else put their hands on my kids gonna be trouble.
Nah, bro. I remember getting beat coming down the street. Like, people knew what you did at school. Like, what? How was your day today? I got in trouble for. Like, wait a minute. You You know, you just found out now. You ain't even had time to be mad.
No questions asked, yo. And
No
don't
questions.
and don't let the call beat you home. Well, I had to beat little Henry ass up the street. So by the time you get home,
Yes.
she done heard.
Oh,
she
yeah.
done, and that's another ass whoop. Like, how many ass whoop? I think that should, and that's the one thing I felt in my family. There should have been an ass whooping limit. Like, you could have just got your ass whooped. Like eventually, let's talk.
Mama, you did Monday and Tuesday, Mom. We got two beatings a week.
No, I was about in a day.
Oh,
There should be an ass whooping limit in a day.
If it was gonna I would have had to go for weekly. Like you 3 to 5 times weekly, just like working out or something.
Hey, I would take that because I'd hit 3 times in a day on a good day.
All right, you get them all done.
On a good day, you'll get 3 of them.
Get them all done.
You get that one in the morning.
Mama, the rest of the week is time out. You gotta do time out the rest of the week.
All right. Do you remember that episode of Fresh Prince, right? Mm-hmm. Where Carlton, so Will and Lisa just met or whatever,
Okay.
and he told Carlton that he had to hit her with a brick and had her strung up in the cabin, and Carlton was running around the whole set hysterical. And he got to the kitchen, he dropped down on all fours and he drug himself across the floor. It was like one of the funniest things I ever saw, right? I did that the next day at school. I was on one that day. I was a clown. So we came in from the. I guess I was on one all day. My teacher called my pops, right? Called him early in the morning. My pops ain't never home. Pops like, let me tell you how bad it was. Pops got fired, right? So now he really mad. And on top of that, he getting called up to the school.
You about to get all this frustration.
So he comes in, he's looking in the window. And I'm on all fours and I'm going all the way across the floor. Everybody in the classroom is dying laughing, right?
Yes.
I mean, I got him. I'm wheeling him in, right? All right, so school over. Dad didn't come in. He ain't say nothing. School over. I get off the bus. I go in the house. My dad like, hey, I was like, Dad, what you doing here? It's like, don't worry about it. How was school today?
Uh-huh.
I was like, it's cool. I go to the hallway, right?
Mm-hmm.
I look in the back of the hallway, and there are braided switches lined up. I didn't realize the bald-headed tree outside.
He was rolling blunts.
Like there was a bald ass tree outside. My dad done snatched every branch off of this tree.
Your dad like he been rolling blunts all day.
All
Just
day.
getting ready.
So I'm like, what is that? I turn around, Pops is holding the king of braided switches. I ain't never seen a braided switch. I mean, the thing, it looked like a whip.
Yeah.
It was so long.
Yeah, it was one of them Roman.
Now
one of
the
them
sad
Roman
thing,
switches.
at the time I was 4 feet tall, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Pops is 6'3",
Yes.
right, with long arms, and he had this switch that, I mean, you could flick it. You know, it was so long and so wild.
That's right.
Yo, he broke every switch on my ass.
Oh yeah,
that day.
I can imagine. You ever been beat for something your friend did?
I've been beat for something my friend said.
Right, in the room. You was just in the room and everybody had to get it like like one of the mafia movies. Like, now you saw what happened, you getting it too. You know?
Yeah. Not only that, you ever get beat for laughing at someone getting a beat?
Oh yes, indeed.
That right there, I had to learn how to bite my cheeks from the inside.
Oh yes, indeed.
Like,
I can remember getting beat when my grandma couldn't figure out who did something.
Oh yeah.
And me and my 2 cousins were in there, and it was like, okay, so if one of y'all don't fess up, I got a surprise for you. And lined us up one by one. And it's 3 screaming. After we get beat, we all in the driveway talking to each other like, man, why you ain't say nothing? When you ain't say nothing? When you ain't... It was my younger cousin who's standing there quiet who actually did it.
See, I was always one that did it. But I be at the end of the line. I knew one thing. You ain't as spry with kid 7 as you are kid 1. Let me get to the back of this line right here.
Listen, he come out there walking all, cool and everything. I said, oh, you must have got like 3 lashes. Like,
yeah,
we got all the frustration, all the anger.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I always stood. I got to the back of the. I'm one of them back of the line dudes, man. Like
when it comes
to them ass whoopers, boy, I'm in the back. I mean, as a matter of fact, and then don't let it be an option where I can run.
Oh,
I'm out.
I tried to run one time.
I'm gone.
Wait. I had just started playing football. I was probably 15 years old, and I was, feeling myself. I was a little athletic. Man, I got hit for not beating out the rugs and sprinting out the door and up the street. I was
You got
up the
beat for
street
not beating the rug.
for not beating the rug. I was up the street so fast, it was like a wind sprint. Like I was at the end of my block sitting at the stop sign, like, man, don't even hit me no more, man. And you see this Cadillac coming up the street, and I'm like, I ain't getting in. Get in this car. Okay.
Yo, man, I'm telling you, bro, I would run. I had such struggle. I would stay gone so long. They had to bribe me with food. Like my mom come in, I give you a piece of chicken, you come in the house. So I'm over there, my dumb ass to fall for it every time.
Yes,
I
sir.
come in with the chicken, they go to
Right.
switch.
Here
Like,
go the switch, getting it.
what?
You don't even smell no chicken.
Yo, man, the dumbness of me being the kid. Like, I used to think with my stomach. Everybody talk about they thinking what they think. Now I was thinking with my stomach.
But back